Let's talk about Mick West's standard refraction. In this video, I'm going to break down the complex world of refraction into easy to understand layman's terms. Everything in this video about standard refraction is from links provided by Mick West. Let's do this video in a question-answer style format to keep it very easy to understand. Here we go. What type of light are we discussing here? Let's discuss aiming a laser 1 meter off the surface of the water and pointing 15 kilometers away to the other side. Which direction will light refract towards? Laser light will refract towards the denser medium. Why does Mick West say light refracts downwards? Well, that's because air below is denser than air above, according to Mick. Air below is denser than air above. Why is the air below denser? Because atmospheric pressure increases as you go lower. Okay, let's stop there. What we have covered is the basis for why Mick West and every glober believes the laser light will always bend downwards. Atmospheric pressure increases as you get lower. Atmospheric pressure is denser. Light refracts towards the denser medium. Therefore, the laser must refract downwards. That's it. No, I'm not joking. The atmospheric pressure at 0 meters is greater than at 1 meter. This means the atmospheric pressure between 0 meters and 1 meter is changing. From the 1 meter mark down to 0 meters at ground level, the atmospheric pressure is increasing. More atmospheric pressure means a denser medium the laser light is passing through. Since laser light will refract towards the denser medium, it should refract downward and hence around the curve of the Earth. Okay, let's pause at this point right now, because that's where Mick West and the globe defenders also stop. That's it. It's all over. The laser light will always bend downward. So put your laser test away. We have a reason now for every single laser test. Things that make you go, does this seem a little too convenient? So you're telling me that only one variable is being looked at here. Because of a slight increase in atmospheric pressure from 1 meter to 0 meters, we should expect downward refraction. No. Sorry. Not buying it. Not on my watch. So we've established atmospheric pressure increases from 1 meter to 0 meters or ground level. Okay, how much does it increase? I covered this in my last video, so for any new viewers, the increase is from 1,199 grams to 1,200 grams per cubic meter from 1 meter down to 0 meters. In case you're thinking that's a really small amount, you'd be correct. In fact, the difference is 1 gram per cubic meter difference. 1 gram. So the only variable they are using to say the laser light must always bend downward is 1 gram of extra atmospheric pressure at sea level compared to at 1 meter. Yes, this is the only variable they are using. Alright, are there any other variables that affect how the laser light should refract? What other variables have denser mediums that the laser light might refract towards? Or is atmospheric pressure the only one? Well, there are two other main ones that Mick West fails to take seriously. They are temperature gradients and humidity gradients, or water vapor gradients. Let's look at temperature gradients first. If the water temperature is 15 degrees and the air temperature at 1 meter elevation is 10 degrees, you will get a temperature gradient that is 15 degrees just above the water, then it goes down to 14, then 13, then 12, then 11, and then the air temp will read 10 degrees. That's a temperature gradient. Remember how light refracts towards the denser medium? Well, cold air is denser than hot air. So if the air temp is lower than the water temp, the laser light should refract upwards towards the colder, denser air. Okay, which medium refracts the laser light more? Atmospheric pressure or temperature? Which of these two has the greater effect on the laser light? That would be temperature, of course. Okay, let's watch Mick's very own video.
This is a demonstration of which way hot air moves this laser line. I'm going to, the camera's focused on the laser on the far wall. I'm just going to move this candle in, and you will see as I move the candle in, the light moves away from the candle. That's because the hot air is less dense than the cooler air, and so the light is refracting towards the more dense cooler air.
Yes, first time I've agreed with Mick West. There is a first time for everything. Light will refract towards the colder, denser air. In case you care why this occurs, think about the speed of the air through the cold air versus the hot air. It slows down through the cold air with all those tightly packed molecules, and that causes the refraction. That's interesting. I could see the effect temperature had on Mick's laser light, but you know what? I couldn't see the laser refracting down towards the greater atmospheric pressure. What's going on there, Mick? By the way, one of Mick's links he provides for refraction directly contradicts himself. Yes, as you can see, light can refract either way. Light will refract towards the denser medium. As we know, atmospheric pressure is not the only medium the light passes through. Temperature will have a much greater effect on the laser light. Okay, are there any other variables we should consider? There sure is. And flat Earth researchers around the globe all see the same upward refraction of laser light when held close to the water surface. You can see this upward refraction in my Swan River footage. That laser is definitely refracting upwards. So what's causing it? Temperature gradient is one variable for sure. But the more important one is humidity or water vapor. You see, the density of water vapor or humidity is an interesting one. Water molecules will take the place of nitrogen and oxygen molecules on a one-for-one basis in an air mass, and each water molecule has a lower individual mass than an individual nitrogen or oxygen molecule. This means that if two air masses have the same volume and the same temperature, the air mass with the greater percentage of water molecules will have the lower density. Density is mass divided by volume. Alright, in layman's terms, the drier air will be more dense than the wetter air. Above a body of water, there is an inverse humidity gradient, meaning the air is getting drier as you move away from the water. Drier air equals denser air. So the laser light will always refract away from the less dense air that contains more water vapor or higher humidity. This is why every laser test I've seen or done myself has the laser refracting upward away from the water. I've never seen the laser refracting downward towards the water. It simply doesn't happen. Ask yourself, have you ever seen a laser test over water where the laser refracts downwards? If you have seen it, please post the video in the comment section. So next time someone dismisses your laser test over water, citing Midwest and standard refraction, please let them know that temperature and humidity play a much more important role. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment below.